Okay, imagine this huge cosmic canvas,
Yeah.
right? Holding whole galaxies.
Mm-hmm.
And then picture someone just erasing it. Not a star, not a planet, but the entire canvas.
Wow. Yeah.
That image, that sort of chilling idea of universes just blinking out in Dragon Ball. That's where we're starting today.
Right. Really sticks with you, that visual, that fading away.
Exactly. So we're going to meticulously chronicle every single time a universe got destroyed in the Dragon Ball multiverse.
We're digging into the who, the what,
Hmm.
and maybe the hardest part, the why.
Yeah, the why is key. Think of this as, your guide to this huge piece of Dragon Ball lore. We'll give you the big picture without you needing to wade through tons of backstory.
And we're drawing from good sources here.
Right. We've got the Dragon Ball History of Destroyed Universes article and also the Dragon Ball wiki page on Zeno. Very detailed stuff.
Zeno being, well, pretty central to most of this.
Definitely. So our mission today, we want you to leave with this sense of awe, maybe, but also a deeper understanding of how fragile things really are in that multiverse.
It's not just about the spectacle, though the spectacle is huge. Understanding this erasure stuff really frames Zeno's whole deal, doesn't it? And just how precarious everything is, even for gods.
Couldn't agree more. Okay, let's get into it. The first big one, the original 6.
Right, we think of 12 universes now, but that wasn't the starting point.
No. Apparently there were 18 universes originally. 18.
Which is mind-boggling in itself.
And then, poof, 6 of them just gone, wiped out.
Erased by one being, Zeno, the Omni King. Just think about the scale of that. 6 entire realities.
And the official reason. It sounds almost mundane considering the scale.
Yeah, low mortal levels. That's the phrase used.
Low mortal levels, like they failed some cosmic test, didn't contribute enough to multiverse harmony or something.
Well, what does that mean? That's the really interesting and slightly terrifying part. It's so vague.
Exactly. Were they, inherently bad, just underdeveloped? Or did they just annoy Zeno somehow? We don't actually know.
Well, and that ambiguity, I think, highlights Zeno's power. It's absolute. His criteria are his own, and the judgment is final.
Yeah, no cosmic court of appeals for a deleted universe. It just underscores his total authority.
Definitely. His word is quite literally the end of worlds.
Okay, let's shift timelines now to something maybe more personal in a way. Future Trunks timeline.
Yes. This one wasn't about mortal levels. This felt more like putting down a rabid dog on a cosmic scale.
Because of Zamasu and Goku Black, right?
Yeah.
Their reign of terror.
Exactly. Zamasu's twisted idea of justice, Goku Black's power, they pushed that entire reality over the edge.
And it's kind of scary that even Goku, Vegeta, and Future Trunks together couldn't fully stop them.
They put up a hell of a fight, but Zamasu, especially Infinite Zamasu, was just too much. It took future Zeno showing up.
And his reaction, he seemed genuinely horrified, didn't he?
He did. Seeing that reality so fundamentally broken, so corrupted, Erasure seemed like the only option left on the table for him.
It wasn't just stopping the bad guys then. It was wiping the slate completely clean.
Everything, everyone, all the planets, all the people, all the history of that timeline, gone instantly.
A sheer totality of it is just hard to wrap your head around.
And it shows a different side of Zeno, maybe. Not detached judgment, but an extreme reaction to extreme evil. Even gods can be pushed too far, it seems.
Which brings us nicely to the Tournament of Power. Talk about high stakes.
Oh, yeah. 8 universes fighting, not just for glory, but for their very existence.
Lose, and your entire universe gets erased. That was the deal.
And unlike the original 6, this wasn't presented as a punishment for being bad or low level. It was framed as a test of strength. Survival of the fittest, essentially.
But the result was the same. Annihilation for the losers. You could just feel the desperation from the warriors.
Absolutely. And the pain when a universe was finally eliminated, it was rough to watch.
Especially contrasted with the 2 Zenos, just watching like it was, I don't know, a fun game.
That detachment is really something, isn't it? Were they truly indifferent, or is that just how beings with that kind of power cope? It's hard to say.
Maybe a bit of both. But yeah, the contrast was jarring.
And we saw universe after universe go down.
Let's list them off. Universe 9 was first, right? After Goku and Vegeta beat them.
Yep. Then Universe 10, once Gohan took out their last fighters.
Then Universe 2, Universe 6, that one hurt, seeing Champa and Vados go.
Yeah, Universe 6 had a lot of fan favorites. Then Universe 4, Universe 3.
Universe 3 with Enelaza. That was a close one.
And finally, Universe 11, after that incredible final battle, 7 universes erased in total during the tournament.
And remember Frost. He got erased mid-tournament just for breaking the rules.
Right. Zeno might seem detached, but he does have lines. Cheating was apparently one of them. Shows he was paying attention in his own way.
And each erasure wasn't just a concept. It was billions, trillions of lives just gone. The wiki lists so many characters we saw vanish.
It's an astronomical number of casualties when you think about it.
So let's talk more about the guy, or guys, holding the eraser. Zeno, the Omni King.
Or Omni Kings, plural now, since future Zeno stuck around after his timeline was erased.
Right, two of them co-ruling. This little guy, oval head, simple design, but he's the absolute top dog, most powerful being there is.
His appearance is totally deceptive, classic trope, immense power in a small package.
And having two, does that make things more stable or less?
Good question. Do they balance each other out or just agree on everything? We mostly see them acting in unison.
His personality's where it gets really weird, though. He seems so indifferent to life most of the time.
Wiping out those first 6 universes just because he felt like it, or maybe he was angry, the sources are a bit vague there, but it certainly wasn't portrayed as a difficult decision for him.
And during the tournament, remember when Universe 9 got erased, he just said, bye-bye. And when Universe 3 went, he made that squish noise.
Yeah, that comes across as pretty remorseless, maybe even a little sadistic, depending on how you interpret it. Does he grasp the gravity, or is existence just different for him?
Yet, there are other sides. The Grand Minister implied the tournament had a hidden, perhaps even benevolent purpose. Maybe Zeno isn't just destruction.
And he does show flexibility. He listened to Bergamo's plea before the tournament, even if he didn't change the rules then, and he let some rule-bending slide during the fights themselves.
It's like he enjoys genuine effort, or maybe just gets bored easily.
That duality is key, I think. He's not just a force of destruction. There seems to be some level of understanding, or at least tolerance.
And then there's Goku. His relationship with Zeno is unique.
Totally unique. Goku treats him like a friend, not like the terrifying god everyone else sees.
Giving him the nickname Zenny, just hanging out. Zeno seems to genuinely like that. Maybe it's lonely at the top.
It certainly seems that way. Goku offers something no one else does. Uncomplicated friendship. And you can see how that affects Zeno's mood and maybe even his decisions.
But bottom line, Zeno's power is insane. He can erase anything. Instantly.
Even immortals. We saw that with Infinite Zamasu. The Super Dragon Balls made him immortal, fused with the universe itself.
And Zeno just erased him. Erased the whole timeline Zamasu to become.
That really showed that Zeno's power operates on a level beyond even wish-granting dragons. There's nothing superior.
And everyone, Beerus, Whis, all the gods, they are utterly terrified of him. For good reason.
Absolutely. And as far as we know, he can't be killed. He's the ultimate power.
Okay, but the Tournament of Power erasures weren't the final end, were they?
No, thankfully, that was the big twist, or maybe the intended outcome all along.
Android 17 used his wish on the Super Dragon Balls.
To restore all the universes that Zeno had just erased during the tournament.
Huge release, right. But also kind of raises questions.
Definitely. There's hope, sure, but also this lingering feeling. Was this Zeno's plan? A test? Is this permanent?
And what about those original 6 universes? Still gone. No mention of bringing them back.
Their fate is still a complete unknown. Maybe they were fundamentally different, or maybe their time just hasn't come.
And Wiz, he always seems to know more than he lets on. That little smile he had at the end.
Yeah, Wu is always playing the long game, isn't he? His reaction suggests there's more going on behind the scenes than just Zeno having a change of heart. Maybe the whole tournament was a test of character, and 17 passed.
So it feels like the threat of universe destruction isn't really over. It's a core part of this multiverse's reality.
Exactly. New threats always pop up, the balance is always being tested, and Zeno's power is always there, hanging over everything.
Even if the tournament universes were restored, Zeno could still change his mind, couldn't he?
Theoretically, yes.
Yeah.
His power remains absolute. The restoration feels more like probation, maybe, than a permanent pardon.
And you mentioned other Dragon Ball material, like heroes, hinting at beings who might eventually rival Zeno.
Yeah, things like Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta fighting threats like Fu, who seem to operate on an insane power scale. It suggests the cosmic hierarchy might not be static forever.
Could Zeno actually face a real challenge someday? That's a wild thought.
It opens up possibilities, doesn't it? Keeps the future unpredictable.
Okay, let's wrap this up. We've gone through the whole history, basically. The original 6 erased for low mortal levels.
Super vague, super powerful statement by Zeno.
Then Future Trunks' timeline, wiped out because of Zamasu's corruption. A much more direct, almost reactive Erasure.
Total annihilation as a response to total evil.
And the Tournament of Power. Survival on the line, 7 universes blinked out, only to be wished back.
A huge test, with a surprising, merciful conclusion, perhaps orchestrated.
And through it all, the constant is Zeno. Small, seemingly childlike, but wielding absolute, terrifying power.
His indifference, his flashes of cruelty, his surprising flexibility, his friendship with Goku, it all makes him this incredibly complex, unpredictable force.
So the big things here are pretty clear, right? Power, loss, and just how unbelievably fragile existence is in the Dragon Ball multiverse.
Absolutely. Nothing feels truly safe or permanent when you have beings capable of erasing reality itself.
So here's something for you, the listener, to think about. Which universe destruction hit you the hardest? Was it the cold calculation for the first 6? The tragic end of Future Trunks' world? Or the despair during the tournament?
Or maybe the bigger question, do you think those restored universes are actually safe now? Has Zeno truly changed, or was it just a temporary reprieve?
Yeah, chew on that. Hopefully digging into all this gives you a richer way to appreciate the sheer scale and the stakes in Dragon Ball. It's not just about power levels, it's about existence itself.
It adds a whole other layer to the story, thinking about these cosmic events and the beings behind them.
Definitely. Well, thanks for diving deep with us today. Keep pondering those cosmic questions.